All right, guys. Hey, welcome back to Ducks Hockey and More. Coming back at you, another video. I told you on the last one I was going to talk about the Ducks' new defense, possible pairings, kind of what we have to look forward to in Anaheim on our defense, which is really bright, actually. So stick around. You're going to want to hear this one. All right, guys. Ducks Hockey and More. Coming back at you. Ducks defense, right? Pretty not new, but a little bit of a new look. We've got a lot of young talent coming up through our system, probably the best defensive prospects in the league. Yeah, I put that out there. Comment below if you don't agree with me. But look, I want to apologize. I am sweating balls in my garage, in my studio here. It is hot as heck outside. No AC in here, but hey, we're going to battle through it. So here we go. Ducks defense. Look, they were the worst defensive team last year. Okay, they finished dead last in the league, but there's a reason for that, and that's because of the defense. Uh, Lack of scoring had a little bit to do with it, but defense really was the main culprit. It was painfully obvious early on in the season last year. They just look. It wasn't that they have bad players; it's that they were poorly coached. All right, so obviously Pat Verbeek saw the same thing. See you later, Dallas Eakins. We've got a new coach, Greg Cronin. We've got a new assistant coach we just hired recently. So things are looking better. We've also got a new coach in McIlvain down for San Diego. I like both our new head coaches down in San Diego and up at the big club with the Ducks. I think they're going to bring a lot of good things. So defense, just full of holes, not aggressive enough, way too passive out in the Blues in the D zone, and it was just they had their moments where they looked good, but for the most part, overall, bad. Right? Drysdale, he wasn't part of our team pretty much the entire season. He only played a few games and then got injured and was out. So we need a big comeback year from Jamie Drysdale. He's a good puck mover, great skater, and he can create offense. So Drysdale's a big part of the future of this team, and he needs to have a really good bounce back year this season. So what did we do? Well, we added Radko Gudas. He brings size, he brings grit, he brings muscle, physicality. You know what I mean? He can open ice hits. Kudos is great at that, right? That's something we didn't have a whole lot. Simon Benoit kind of did that, and he had his moments where he had some good hits. Gudas is going to bring that every night. Okay, he also makes other teams check behind them, maybe second guess what they're going to do because Gudas might be coming in and ready to lay a hit. He's also a pretty good two-way guy. He can actually has a little bit of creativity to him as well. But more than anything, he's just a solid defenseman that can slam you. And that's what the Ducks need. They were missing that last year, that physicality factor. They needed it back. Gudas brings that. So good signing. He's a little bit overpaid in my opinion. The signing was, a 3-year, well, it was like $4 million. So it's a little bit high, but in a rebuilding year, we've got a lot of cap space. Who cares? Get him in here. Help the young guys out with some experience and to protect them as well, right? So good signing there. I like Gudas. We needed him. Look, I wanted to talk a little bit about, or a lot of it, about the future of the Anaheim Ducks blue line, right? Let's get into some of these young cats, right? We'll start with the best on the list, Olen Zellweger. Zellweger, defenseman of the year in his league in Canada. Honestly, this kid is money offensively and on the power play. He lacks size. He's only 5'10", and he's only 175 pounds. He's 19, still got a lot of growth to do. I don't know how much, at 19, he's not going to get much taller, but he could pack on a few more pounds, right? Get a little bit stockier. But Olen Zellweger he's kind of like a Drysdale, except better. The blue line, and I'm not the blue line, but the power play and what he's able to create. His skating ability is unreal. Watch highlights of Olen Zellweger, top prospect, hands down. Okay, love this kid. I don't think he's going to be with the big club this year. He might make some appearances as a call up. I think he'll be in San Diego getting used to playing with adults in a pro hockey league. You know what I mean? So, but he will be available to the Ducks if he starts to really gel down there, and we need him. If somebody gets injured, they'll bring him up. Pavel Minchikov, here's another kid. He's only 19. Now, this kid's a little bit bigger. He's 6'2", 194 pounds. Okay, much more my style. I like that. Okay, great offensive ability, great skating ability. Minchikov is going to be absolutely money and solid in the blue line on the blue line for us in the future. Here's another one for you, Tristan Luneau. Now, all three of these cats won Defensive Player of the Year in their respective leagues. Zellweger, Minchikov, and Luneau. Tristan Luneau is a 6'2", 189-pound defenseman. He's also 19. Again, dude, these guys are money. Not only can they produce offensively, but their skating ability is amazing. I mean, the Ducks, good. I mean, Zellweger was a second-round pick. Luneau was a second-round pick. Minchikov was a first-round pick. I mean, these guys are really, really, really good, and they are the future. Noah Warren, who we just recently signed to a 3-year entry-level contract. Listen to these stats, size-wise. He's 6'4", 214 pounds at 19. Are you kidding me? Now, let's rewind a little bit, right? Defenders and the defensemen in the league take a little bit more time to develop, just like goaltenders. Goaltenders take even longer to develop. Um, Sometimes you can get a defenseman like a Cam Fowler, and you're 18 and you're just good. You're money. You're right in there. You make the team. You're in there, but that's pretty rare. I mean, even for forwards, you could say that too. But defensemen, man, I mean, you got to be big and physical. And sometimes it takes a few years for these players, being 18 and 19 years old, to get to that point where they could play against big NHL guys, right? NHLers are big. They'll pound you when you're a Zellweger size. He has to Drysdale size. You got to look and be wary, right? And be ready to dodge that hit. Um, so there's some learning curve. There's some time they need to play in the pros. I have a feeling most of these players are going to be playing in San Diego. But Noah Warren, what a big kid. I like this guy. Okay, big physical guy. I love it. Okay, Tyson Hines. Here's another one. Tyson Hines is 6'3", a little bit smallish on the pounds, 179 pounds. He is 20, so a little bit older. Okay, Tyson Hines, great prospect. Okay, the future of the Anaheim's blue line is amazing. Drew Hellison. Now, we got a little taste of Drew at the end of last year when the last few games they threw Drew Hellison in there. He was playing in San Diego. We got him in a trade from Colorado. He's a great player. Okay, great defenseman, lots of upside. He's 6'3", 205 pounds, 22 years old, so a little bit older. He's ready. Okay, he's ready. He's right there. He may even make the team. We'll see. But he's got some competition. But we'll see. Here's one I know will make the team as long as he doesn't have any injuries and he proves himself, which I'm sure he will. Jackson Lacombe. Now we saw him at the end of last year as well, kind of like we did with Hellison. Jackson Lacombe played a few games after the Minnesota Gophers run in the NCAA was over. Jackson Lacombe is itching. This kid can move the puck. He can skate. And he's just got creativity and his hockey IQ is amazing. Jackson Lacombe will definitely be in our lineup. I almost guarantee it. 99.9% right there. There you heard it from Ducks Hockey and More. Jackson Lacombe, 6'2", 201 pounds. He's 22. He's ready to go. He's been playing in the NCAA. So he's ready. And I saw it in those few games they brought him up. I really liked what I saw. Jackson Lacombe is going to be a really good NHL defenseman for the Ducks. Urho Vakanainen. Now, we've seen a lot of him. I say a lot, but it's just been a couple of seasons, but he's been injured. He's an injury-prone kid. But I really like him. He's a stay-at-home kid, very calm, cool. He's a Finnish kid, and I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I like Urho Vakanainen a lot. 6'2", 196 pounds. He's 24. He's got an NHL experience already. So we got Urho. Urho Vakanainen came to us from Boston in the Hampus Lindholm trade. I love Vakanainen. I think he's a great player. But there's a lot of competition on our blue line right now as these young kids come up. So these guys may not make the team. We'll see. But hey, let's jump into what I think the probable starters are going to be. Okay, Cam Fowler, and I think Robert Hagg. Hagg is a Swedish defenseman that we got from Detroit. Oh, we signed him as a free agent. He played with Detroit last year. I like Robert Hagg for the fact that the Swedish defensemen are really good stay-at-home guys. They're really responsible with the puck. Um, I think this is a good thing. He's an older guy. He's 28, 6'2", 204 pounds. So he brings stability to the defense, right? We need that. We had, like I said, we had lots of holes. Hag hasn't had a ton of NHL experience, but in what he does have, he's a -1 in his career in the NHL. Okay, respectable. He's played for some bad teams, um, but I like this guy. He brings just stability, kind of like a Vakanainen brings stability, except Hag has been around a little bit longer, a little bit older. Radko Gudas, we talked about it. He's from Czech Republic, 6 foot, 205 pounds, great open ice hitter. He's 33, so he's an older veteran guy now. Shattenkirk is gone. You bring in Gudas. There's your older, Cam Fowler and Gudas. Your defensive young guys can look up to them. They'll help bring them along, right? I like this signing. He is going to bring what we need as far as the physicality part of things is concerned. So Cam Fowler, Robert Hagg, there's a pair. Jackson Lacombe, okay, I love Jackson Lacombe and his puck moving ability paired with a Radko Gudas. I think that would work. You've got the physical guy that can create, but he's a stay-at-home guy for the most part that can pound you. And then you got Lacombe, who's not too. He's a pretty big kid himself, and he can move the puck really well. So, whereas on that other one, I had that other pairing, Cam Fowler and Robert Hagg. Now, keep in mind, real quick, these pairings may not work out. I'm just speculating, okay? But Fowler and Hag. Fowler's a great puck moving defenseman, can skate like no other. Hag brings in that stability, that stay at home stability, right? Same with the Lacombe Gudas thing. Now, here's your third pairing, which is the one where you could go either way. I really don't know. Drysdale for sure. And I don't know if it's going to be the third pairing so much as just it's a pairing that the Ducks will have. But Drysdale, and I'm thinking probably Urho Vakanainen, okay, just because of his experience and if he stays healthy and he's healthy. You could slide in Colton White or even Drew Hellison in that spot if they can prove themselves at camp. Now, keep in mind there are other kids coming up that might take their spot. I mean, who knows? You just don't know. But that's kind of what I'm thinking if we stick with the experience. But a lot of competition on the blue line in camp this year. Can't wait to see who makes the team. That's just my early predictions there. Fowler, Hag, Lacombe, Gudas, Vakanainen, and Drysdale. And then you'll always have usually a seventh guy that's not dressed. It'll be probably Colton White or Drew Hellison. There you go. Moving on. I want to mention real quick with Gudas, Radko Gudas. Not only is he a physical guy that we need, but he is a responsible defenseman. He's a plus 73 in his career. That's pretty dang good, guys. Plus 73, Radko Gudas. So yeah, you've got your stay-at-home guys and you've got your puck-moving guys. Keep in mind power play, Fowler, Drysdale, and Lacombe. Moving the puck, shooting the puck, right? So, and even Gudas can create. But yeah, I kind of like it. I dig it. They're gonna be a tougher team defensively. The Ducks are just by adding Hag and especially Gudas. Teams are gonna have to be a little bit more mindful of the Anaheim Ducks as far as looking over their shoulder. And I don't think the holes will be quite as wide and big as they were last year. New coaching, new style, new systems, some new defenders, right? And plus you got to remember, forwards have to play defense too. And so Alex Killorn, okay, not too shabby. You know what I mean? Leo Carlson, when he finally makes the team, probably not this year, but he's a great two-way forward. So the future, I love the future of the Anaheim Ducks right now. It's unbelievable when you can think about what could happen and the roster we could potentially have someday. Look, again, Ducks are going to be a much harder team to play against. I don't think there's going to be nearly as many holes. So defensively, I don't think we'll be as bad as we were last year. I don't think we're going to be amazing or great. This is a work in progress. We're in a rebuild, but I think we're going to be a lot better than we were last year. Okay, can only go up from the cellar, right? And I think the young D guys, again, like I said before, we're going to see a lot of these guys down in San Diego, getting bigger, stronger, better, playing in the pro level, playing in the Duck system. With McIlvain down there coaching for the goals. You could see some call-ups like Zellweger, Minchikov. You never know. You never know. Luneau, Ellison, Noah Warren. What a what a great defenseman that is. That guy's huge too. Noah Warren. Did I mention how big he is? 6'4", 215 pounds. Yeah. Anyways, Ducks D, much better, much improved. Ducks fans, let me know what you guys think. Okay, tell me what you think. If you don't agree with me, or you think there's going to be different pairings or something like that, absolutely go down there and comment, please. And if you haven't already subscribed and you've made it this far, help me blow this channel up. Ducks Hockey More wants to be your go-to Ducks information channel, whatever you want to call it. I want to be the guy or one of the guys that you listen to and watch. So help me blow it up and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, hit the bell notification, do it all, and let's do it, right? Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I will be coming out with some more videos, Ducks related, obviously, maybe looking at the forward group and talking about some trade rumors, different things like that. Now that we're middle of summer, it's hot as hell. Free agency, hasn't been a lot of trades since that DeBrincat trade to Detroit from Ottawa, and free agent signings really haven't gone crazy yet. So it's really slowed down. It's kind of quiet. It's kind of boring right now when you think about it. But as things happen, I will try to get that news out to you. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you on the next one. See ya.